Hi, it's me, Joyce. Just talking, just singing, just coming at you. And looking forward to another chat with you. Oh my gosh, this has not been an easy week. I've had to kind of, you know, come out of a bit of a borderline thing. But yeah, it's been really good. I'm fine. I'm back. I'm back. Anyway, here we go with another Joyce, just talking, just singing. Thank you so much for joining me today. I have, of course, borderline personality disorder, and oh my God, like I know I have limitations. There's certain things I can do, and I have to set really healthy boundaries for myself. Um, what I can do, where I can go, who I can hang with, that kind of thing, and so all of that stuff. So sometimes I bite off more than I can chew because I figure I can do it because I'm feeling good, and then it hits me because there's no medication for borderline. So what happens is I end up having to self-monitor and do my dialectical behavioral therapy, which I actually was able to do during this time that I bit off more than I could chew. But it was aftermath that sort of spring hit me, and I sort of went into a little bit of a dive. But I'm back. I'm fine. Like it says on the wall there, this too shall pass. I have it there for a reason. Anyway, so I start looking at these relationship sites, not dating sites, because I don't do those. No, I refuse to go on dating sites. Although people say, "Oh, if you want to find someone, go on a dating site." No, no, thank you. Um, I don't do that. But there are some dating relationship experts on YouTube who are pretty good. And this is one person I just discovered. Really great advice, wonderful advice. And of course, I can tick off all the boxes of the things he said I've done wrong in relationships. I go, oh yeah, that's me. But then on in three of his actually there was like subsequent, I seem to pick all the ones, three of his relationship videos, he mentioned, there's a 20% of people who are kind of like, they got diagnoses, like people who have narcissism or bipolar or borderline. And borderline, he said, and they can be a little crazy. So I thought, oh great. And he said, and then there's the 60% who are, just normal, fine people. And then there's another 20% at the top who are just perfect relationship people. So I thought, I'm a bottom feeder when it comes to relationships. And that didn't help. So I did text him and say, does that mean as someone who has borderline personality disorder that I should just quit? Because you sort of mentioned it's probably not a good idea for people to date me. And I thought, but, I've done a lot of work on myself. And he said, no, he said, don't quit. There's a soul out there for you. And I thought, that poor soul. Oh, no, not that poor soul. Hey, listen, they say for every bottle, there's a cork. So, for every jar, there is a lid. So there must be one there. But I'm not so worried. I'm 66. I will be 67 soon enough. But, I'm pulling out these. What am I pulling out? When you grow up reading fairy tales, sometimes you can, be thrown off. But before I talk about the fairy tale thing, I'll just go back to the dialectical behavioral therapy thing. I have done a lot of work on myself, and that is dialectical behavioral therapy. And just want to share, there are three things that really helped me a lot, and has helped me through this bump in the road. One is mindfulness, and mindfulness is really, it's not as easy as all that, but it's possible. Basically, the visual that they give to the graphic that they give to often to describe mindfulness is a man and a dog in a park, and the dog is thinking, "I'm in the park with my friend." That's it. I'm in the park with my friend. And then the man's thought bubble is like, oh my goodness, I've got this, I got that. There's a whole bunch of things in his head, but none of it is, I'm in the park with my friend, his best friend, the dog. So the idea with mindfulness is be a dog, Right now I'm here with you doing this video, and this is my mindfulness thing. If I'm doing a painting, like I'm just doing a painting, and And that comes to the other thing. One of the other things that also helps me is distraction. It's to distract yourself from what's going on, because you just got to. You got to, because otherwise you'll ruminate and just go deeper. So I like to paint. I like to garden. I like to go for walks and breathe and count my walks and just notice, like the dog, be a dog on a walk. Anyway, but oh yeah, and I just finished. I was going to show you my latest painting. I did a painting during this stressful time of trying to get myself back together, because it takes a couple of days, to get back on an even keel for myself. So I painted actually two paintings. One is drying right now, but this one is this one. I don't know if you can see it. Yeah, it's called Pink Flowers Dancing on a Purple Night. So there it is. Close up, there it is. So it's on a beautiful wooden panel. This wood, where I put it here like this. It's on a wooden panel from Quebec. So absolutely gorgeous piece of wood, and the painting on it. It's pretty good too, So I do that. So I distract myself, or watching a movie on YouTube or something. Distracting myself by watching relationship experts is not a good idea, because that really didn't help too much. Although he said for me not to quit. That's a good thing. And what's the third thing that I do? Oh, yeah, radical acceptance. Oh, my God. That was the hardest thing for me to learn when I was in my DBT, my dialectical behavioral therapy at CAMH. That was like a killer for me, because I thought, why do I have to change when other people are doing stuff too? Like, they're not perfect. But that's not the point, is it really? No. They don't have to do anything, because they're them and I'm me. And if I have people around me who are behaving in certain ways that either trigger me or are unhealthy, I either have to stay away from those people or learn coping skills, which is what I did. And radical acceptance is like, I can't change that person. I can't change the way they are with me. So I need to change myself. I have to walk away, Renee. Just walk away, Renee. Or stay and implement my skills, which is what I do try to do. It's not easy, because there's no drugs for borderline personality disorder. Anyway, so as a kid, I was recently. I picked up some things from my daughter's basement that were mine. I showed you some puppets last time, but I also picked up my fairy tale books. And I don't have a lot of things from my childhood, because I couldn't really take things when we moved from Ottawa, Hull to Toronto. But I have my Arabian Nights book. And you see who's on the front of this? Oh, this is supposed to be Scheherazade. Or is that Aladdin with the princess? I think it's Aladdin with the princess. But the whole idea is the living happily ever after thing. And there they go off. Woo, flying away to happy land. And of course, the Grimm's fairy tales. This is a book that was published in 1945, and it is the real Grimm's fairy tales, not the whitewashed Grimm's fairy tales that we hear now. This is the picture on the inside. Isn't that beautiful? But look at this. That's a dead dragon back there. And the stories in here are amazing. And I read these throughout my childhood, and there are beautiful illustrations in here, and I love this book. And I started reading it to myself at night, actually, again, amazed by the stories. Nowadays, probably wouldn't even be allowed to read these to your children. Well, I plan to read them to my grandchildren, though. I think they're wonderful stories with morals. I will be reading some of these online. I think they're great. And then, of course, there's Hans Christian Andersen's fairy tales. Look at the inside of this book. And then my mother put her name in there, and then I put my name in there. But once again, it's a fairyland, right? It's absolutely beautiful. And castle and little boy and girl, and again, these stories are far better than the ones that the kids are being told now, because they have real morals and real things in them that people can learn lessons. But when you, excuse me, allergy season, when you grow up reading fairy tales, I used to lie in bed and just read my stories. Oh, so wonderful. But you get an unrealistic idea of what that should be. And of course, both my parents divorced, and it wasn't always a happy home and stuff like that. I'm not going into detail. And subsequently, my home with my husband was not a happy home. So it wasn't great for my poor kids, So, and with me being borderline as well. So, not a happily ever after scenario. Although I have a wonderful relationship with my kids now, but that came out of, I had to leave before I could be with my kids again, really. I had to leave the whole situation and then eventually just heal and have a family again. So anyway, I don't know, I was thinking, what song should I sing today? Because it's Joyce Just Talkin', Just Singin'. And for some reason I thought, do I dare sing the man I love? And I thought, why not? It doesn't really matter. And it's not a cry for help or for anyone to ask me out for a date or anything like that. It's just, I like this song, and I love Billie Holiday, and I love anyone who sang this song, and I thought, yeah, why not? Okay. And this is not a clue for anyone out there who says, oh, she needs to go for a coffee somewhere with someone. No. I just like this song. Okay. Someday he'll come along, the man I love, and he'll be big and strong, the man I love. And when he comes my way, I'll do my best to make him stay. He'll look at me and smile, I'll understand, and maybe in a little while he'll hold my hand. And though it seems absurd, I know we both won't say a word. Maybe I will meet him Sunday, maybe Monday, maybe not. Still, I'm sure to meet him someday. Maybe Tuesday will be my good news day. We'll build a little home just meant for two, from which I'll never roam. Who would you? And so all else above, I'm searching for the man I love. So yeah, that song is really based on what I was telling you about all the fairy tales, the happily ever after kind of scenarios. And if you have a happily ever after, and they lived happily ever after, if you have that kind of scenario, that's fantastic. All the more power to you, and may you have 120 years of happy marriage and health and life, l'chaim. And I'll just bid you 42, which is the answer to life, the universe, and everything. And talk to you soon. Thanks. Bye for now.